Hi everybody, this is Eryberrie here. I'm just filming this sort of like towards the last bit of light that we've got on the day, so I don't have to worry too much about lighting, although I put a white screen in front of me just so it kind of reflects a little bit just to light things up. Hope it looks okay. Hope you're all well. I thought I'd do another Autism Diaries today. I've already done 2 other videos today. I sometimes do them in bulk and spread them over a few days so I don't have to worry. But this one, on this particular episode of the Autism Diaries, I thought I would touch on something that I did mention in my very first one. I mentioned that I was told off a lot when I was younger for correcting people. Now, I'm not saying that correcting people is an autistic trait and therefore people should excuse it. I'm not saying that it is solely to do with people who are on the spectrum. Lots of people are guilty of doing it. I have found, however, having looked into it, that a lot of autistic people have had the same or similar kind of experience with that, and not quite understanding that it's kind of rude. I mean, I don't like being humiliated. I don't like being undermined. I think that's what people don't like when they say don't correct people. It's because they feel undermined and they feel humiliated. Maybe it's better if you take somebody aside after they've said something that's wrong and said, actually, what you said there wasn't right. I didn't want to say it in front of everybody, so I was just waiting to the end. If you are right, you need to present your facts and evidence. Where did you hear it? How do you know? And it could be that you're actually wrong and that person was right. I don't remember the exact event or what we were talking about, but I do remember when I was little, my mum first saying to me, don't correct people, and me being really confused. When you're a child, you're corrected all the time. All the time. You're at school, you're told, don't do this, don't do that. You shouldn't say this and you shouldn't say that. It's not this, it's not that. And you're wrong, I'm right. You're told that all the time when you're a child, that you're wrong constantly. You see people do it to other people, but when you do it, oh no, you can't do that. What? You do it to me, but I can't do it to you. Isn't that how the world works? People can correct people. If something's wrong, you need to put it right. And that's what was in my mind. Something's wrong, you put it right. Everything should be right and correct, unambiguous and streamlined. When people were wrong, I couldn't have it that people could actually think something that was wrong and have something that was wrong. I had to say, no, that's not right. Because you're also influencing other people. I had to put it right, and that was what I was thinking. I wasn't actively trying to humiliate somebody. I was trying to correct something they said, not the person personally. To say to my mum, why? They're wrong. And when she tried to explain it to me, I'd run up to my room crying because I just simply didn't understand. I was so frustrated that the world could correct me whenever it wanted, but I couldn't correct the world. Like, for example, I worked for a shop when I was 17. We were having a refit and we had things in the window saying everything must go. Everybody, almost every customer I could hear saying, oh, this place is shutting down now. That was going round. It was everywhere. It wasn't in the papers. It was just a rumour going round that the place was shutting down. And every time I heard a customer saying it, I had to say, no, we're not shutting down. That was considered acceptable. But if someone says, this is, like somebody once said to me, oh, homosexuality, it's because they go to boarding school with their own sex, that they're acclimatized to it, and that's why. Oh, I was really not happy about that. That's before I came out, but even I knew that that was just complete bullshit. I had to say something. It's like we were watching a film one day with my aunt, and my aunt was absolutely adamant that the lead was played by Sandra Bullock, and it was not Sandra Bullock. And I was trying to get across to her, that is not Sandra Bullock. I can't remember who she was. She looks a little bit like her, but when you put Sandra Bullock against that other woman, you could tell that she wasn't Sandra Bullock. At the end, when the credits rolled, I said, look, not Sandra Bullock. I was told later to my mum, you shouldn't have corrected her. And I said, but she was wrong. She wouldn't have looked at the credits if I hadn't prompted her. And also, my mum always used to assume, whenever she watched a film or a TV show with me, that the same actor or actress played multiple parts. I don't know why she got that in her head. We were watching a Poirot mystery the other day, and it was a bit where it showed the mother and then it showed the daughter as an older woman, as a woman herself. The daughter was a child then, and then they showed her as a woman. My mum was adamant she was played by the same actress, and I said no, absolutely not. And I tried to point out to her the features there. I remember we watched The Never-Ending Story, and my mum was again absolutely sure that Bastian and Atreyu were played by the same actor. I don't know why she had that in her head. I really have no idea. But there are certain people who are so convinced in what they're saying is is true when it patently isn't. The way this ties into autism is that we like things to be correct and unambiguous and not with mystery. If we know where everything is, if we know that everything's right, well, it's less stress. It helps keep us calm. We don't have to worry about, is this true or isn't it? Because if we know something to be true, then we can just go with it and do what we need to with it. We don't have to worry about, right, first of all, shall we figure out whether it's true or not, and then decide what we're doing? We're wasting energy trying to figure things out here. Is it right or is it wrong? If it's wrong, put it right. If it's right, great. People still hate it when I correct them. Can't help correcting them in my head, but sometimes I think, don't say it loud. Don't say it out loud. Don't say it out loud. But sometimes when people talk and elaborate on the wrong answer, I can't help sometimes think, actually, that's not true, any of it. I understand that people don't like to be humiliated or undermined, and I really don't mean to. Have you seen that scene in The Big Bang Theory where Sheldon gets cut up by everybody and he just wants to burst? That's how I feel. I have to say it, even if, oh no, I just can't hold it in. I'm already feeling frustrated sitting here. But then there's a double standard. Kids are corrected all the time, and you want children to grow up by leading by example. And if your example is, I can correct you, you can't correct me because you're young, well, that kind of makes them feel a little bit down, doesn't it? I mean, it always made me feel down. So, well, I can't help my age. I know you can't either. But just because I'm young doesn't mean I shouldn't have a voice. And I was always told when I was younger, especially by a particular relative of mine, that because I was a child, I didn't have the right to say what I wanted. I had to keep my mouth shut, and I had to do as I was told when I was told, and I couldn't tell anyone what to do. I've never forgotten that lesson. Oh, how I'd like to remind them that I never forgot that lesson, and I've never forgotten the resentment that came along with it. Children should be taught that even though you can correct people, it's how you do it, which is the most appropriate thing. I am still learning how to do that. In my 30s now, my mid-30s, I am still learning how is the most appropriate way to do it, because every single social situation is totally different. It's as unique as a new set of DNA. In my mind, if something's wrong, it needs to be put right. And if I can't put right or wrong, then I might as well not hear the wrong. I might as well not be there. Because I like discussion to be factual, and I like it to be unambiguous, because then I know exactly where I stand and I can just get on with the task at hand. I'm curious, if you're autistic and you're watching this, have you done the same thing, or do you do the same thing? Or are you neurotypical and feel the same way that I do? Or are you completely against correcting people? If you actually feel that I'm a rude person if I do that, then say so. Autistic people don't know that they're being rude. They don't intend to be rude. They simply need to say, without emotion, without any kind of meaning, exactly what they say word for word, and they're not intending to bring anyone down. A rude person would do it knowing exactly what they were doing and meaning what they say. That's the difference. Anyway, that's just a short video today. I just wanted to touch on that kind of subject. If there is a subject I haven't spoken about regarding autism, please let me know and I will do my best to talk about it. I'm still trying to wrap my brain to come up with ideas. And yeah, I hope to see you very, very soon. Bye!